David Alvarez, our referee today. Troy Calhoun, former star quarterback here at the Air Force Academy. Head coach now in year 7. We had such an interesting discussion yesterday with Troy about the commitment that the young men and women of the Air Force Academy make, protecting our nation's freedom at home and abroad. It's not just playing college football.
And boy, once you spend some time here, you realize what a special place. And he made it pretty loud and clear that football, as opposed to a lot of colleges, is not #1 here. And you can see that this is one heck of a commitment.
Jaron Bentrude is punting. Gagliano, all fair, caught inside the 10. Let's take a look at today's icy hot injury report. Last week, Cale Pearson, Archer talked about top of the broadcast, just heartbreaking for the young man who replaced Connor Dietz as the starting quarterback here. Third quarter, he actually, according to Coach Calhoun, when they looked at the film, just before he was hit on the play by Colgate defender, planted wrong toward the ACL and the MCL, and he's going to be out for at least 9 months with a rehab, hoping to play a senior season. No red shirts at the academy, so he hopes for 1 more year.
Yeah, one of the things that make it unique, and the fact that it was a non-impact injury really hurts.
His replacement, Jaleel Awini. Pressure, and down he goes. Fackrell with a flag down in the secondary. Makes the sack. Tyler Fackrell coming off that monster year in 2012.
And I think it's going to be a hold. The Utah State secondary once again was fooled on a play action. And because of the pressure, Awini was not able to throw the ball. But this secondary has to show up. It's a lot of holes and something they struggled with last week, giving up a lot of explosive plays to the Utah Utes.
Holding. Defense number 1. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Evan Lawson, right cornerback, the senior from Lauderhill, Florida. Todd Orlando, defensive coordinator, said best one-on-one cover man Utah State has. Hurts his team and erases the Fackrell sack. That would have been a 7-yard loss for Air Force. Instead, automatic Falcon first down.
That's huge turnaround. Not only a 7-yard loss, but they would have been backed way up. Now they have some breathing room and can run their offense.
Bo Amhart rumbles ahead to the 25-yard line, back down to Evan.
Well, guys, just to wrap up the Pearson commentary, no surprise, but his leadership has continued despite being hobbled. He's got a heavy brace and wrap on that knee, up and down the sideline, getting in guys' ears, especially Awini, all afternoon.
Evan's second out here. Jaleel Awini went to Pearson as soon as the junior was hurt last week and said, "I'll do this for you. I'll pick you up." And he did in a win over Colgate. Pitch play. Not much there for Lacoste. 77 yards against Colgate last week. Last year, Lacoste was a safety. First 6 games of the season, had an interception for Air Force. Changed sides of the ball, and he's been effective offensively this year.
Yeah, they have a nice 1-2 punch. They run this scheme very well. One thing that Coach Calhoun wants to see is for them to cut it loose. He thought they were a little too hesitant and not wanting to make mistakes last week.
There's John Lee on his shift. Career best game for him, 130 against Colgate last week. Lee the motion man again. Hart wrestled backwards. Race Alexander top of the pile. Push led by Paul Pucala, senior from Oakland.
Nice job up front. There's a pretty big size advantage that the Utah State defensive line have on Air Force's offensive line, but the way they get away with it is they're really fast, they have great angles, they're really active, and one of the things this offensive line does very well, they get on you really quickly and are able to get to the second level.
So David Baska, first appearance for him, the senior from just outside Kansas City. Also a star baseball player in the Air Force baseball squad this spring. Center fielder.
Delay game.
Right-hand pitcher.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Not the start to the punt unit Coach Calhoun and his staff wanted to see. Travis Van Leeuwen had gone out to receive that punt.
Well, they were in their safe formation. And now that they have the 5-yard penalty, they put their punt return team out there.
And that's Bruce JoJo Netson. Nice kick from Netson. JoJo has the fair catch inside the 30. More coming up from Colorado Springs. It's the Mountain West opener. First ever game for the Aggies and Coach Wells. The Academy mission to educate, train, inspire men and women to become officers of character, motivated to lead the United States Air Force in service to our nation. Cadet Wing out in full force here today. A spectacular day for college football in Colorado Springs. This week's Phillips 66 Mountain West athletes of the week are these great quarterbacks. What a league, Art, you and I have a chance to cover on CBS Sports Network this year. Fales, Keaton, and Derek Carr.
Well, these guys can play. Last year, David Fales was the most accurate passer in the FBS. Obviously, Chucky Keaton can do it all, his skill set. Derek Carr, they say, may be better than his brother in a first-round draft pick in next year's draft. So some pretty good quarterback play being played in the Mountain West.
Fresno State is home to Cal Poly tonight. They beat Rutgers in overtime in week 1. San Jose State plays Stanford tonight. What a challenge that'll be for the Spartans.
They played them tough last year in the first game of the season.
Here's first down. Screen pass, JoJo Netson. Can't grab that one off the turf, incomplete. No chance there for Bruce Natson. Christian Spears, closest to him, had 91 tackles. 4th on the Air Force team last year. Second down. Hit. Rung up. Christian Spears, a free safety, meets Hill. And a gain of 1 there. Effective play by Spears. Had 101 career tackles coming to this game here today.
Yeah, he was active last week as well. That's a nice job. Form-up tackle and driving Hill back.
Troy, that's the way you do it. Yeah, about Spears' partner. Walked in the room, you just wouldn't think he'd be a D1 player, but he brings it. Clearly, I think Joe Hill would agree. That was a nice tackle. 3rd down, fans involved. Keaton, here comes some pressure. Eludes the rush. Fires on the run. Swindle makes the catch. A couple of nice open field moves by Brandon Swindle. He's outside the 45-yard line of the 47. It'll be a Utah State first down. Swindle coming off a huge game against Utah last week. First 2 career touchdown catches, gain of 18.
Well, this absolutely has to break your heart. Nick Fitzgerald had a chance to get Chucky Keaton in the backfield for a sack. And this is what he does best. He improvises, he creates plays, and he's able to throw a strike outside for a huge first down.
Hill's in motion. They'll receive the screen pass. Gathers, breaks a tackle, and lunging forward, very close to first down yardage. Joe Hill caught 10 balls last year and 2 touchdown catches, eventually stopped by Christoph George, sophomore from outside Dallas.
Nice job breaking the tackle of the cornerback, number 20, Gavin McHenry.
Second and short. Big gain, Joe Hill. Second level and beyond. Rung up by Jamal Bird, the strong safety. 4 tackles last week for Bird against Colgate. Gain of 15.
Cornerback blitz from the opposite side, but watch the block up front by number 54, the left guard, Jamie Markosian. No linebackers in there to make the play in the second level.
Aggies on the move, first down. Screen set up. DiMartino can't bring that in. Joey DiMartino, the senior from San Diego.
And a couple of times now on this drive, Utah State has had the right play call. They've called a couple of screens when the Falcons have brought pressure, but a nice job on the outside by the guys responsible in coverage to take it away. There's nowhere for Keaton to throw the ball.
Different look. Utah State offense from last year when Keaton set so many school records. En route to an 11-win season. Here's second down. Shotgun. Keaton. Van Leeuwen has the catch, looking for a move in space. And he's knocked down. In there by Stephon Batts. Got his third tackle today. As we told you, brand new targets for Chucky Keaton this year.
Last year, they were just absolutely exceptional. That trio did a great job, and that was a big question mark on whether or not the new wide receivers would be able to step up with that kind of production. Based on last week and so far today, I think they're doing a nice job of that.
Top 5 receivers graduated from last year. DiMartino, fake on a jet sweep. Van Leeuwen on the slant. Van Leeuwen inside the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Utah State. Travis Van Leeuwen coming off a huge game last week against the Utes, a career best 5 for 107 yards.
The zone coverage, and Van Leeuwen is able to get just behind Reggie Barnes, and Keaton is able to put it on him.
Gain of 19. First down with a flag down. DiMartino rumbles ahead off left tackle, but there's a marker down.
Penalty flag on the play.
Outside. Defense. Half distance to the goal. Still first down.
No number ID there, but Troy Calhoun would like to know who it was. Makes things easier for Utah State. First and goal. DiMartino slides into the end zone. Touchdown Utah State from 2 yards out. Joey DiMartino. Second career touchdown run.
Gets a great block outside by his tight end, DJ Tialavaya, and is able to easily get into the end zone, but that was just an outstanding block by number 91.
Nick Diaz has the PAT. Junior from Redondo Beach, California, near LA. Big touchdown run for DiMartino. Coaches told us they wanted to get him more involved. He's got to score there. We are at 6,621 feet above sea level. I love that sign right outside the visitors tunnel when they hit the field. Warning, lack of oxygen. You're way above sea level here. Hasn't bothered Joey DiMartino and Utah State too much in this game. Nice drive capped off with a touchdown run.
That was a very efficient drive for Utah State, and that's kind of what they wanted to do. But for the Falcons on defense, a lot of missed tackles, 3 tackles missed by cornerbacks, which led to Utah State just going down the field.
Jake Thompson, huge kick. Touchback. Lacoste, not even an attempt there. Tomorrow, the season premiere of the NFL on CBS hits regional excitement. It all begins with JB, Dan, Shannon, Coach, and Boomer on the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. What do you look forward to most in that great roster of games tomorrow on CBS?
Oh, there's some good ones. There's not big, huge matchups. You know, I'd like to see New England and Buffalo. New England having some issues up there in the offseason, the tight ends. See if Buffalo is going to be able to come to play.
I know you get this question a lot. Do you miss it? Football Sundays, football Saturdays?
I do, but I really enjoy covering the game and do what I'm doing right now. That was a great chapter.
Roam Hart has the run there to the 30-yard line. Adam Archuleta, former star linebacker at Arizona State. NFL, had a great career as well. Several teams, first-round draft pick of the Rams. Jake Dowdy made that play defensively. Linebacker for the Aggies. He's a good one, too. First team All-WAC last year. Fake the pitch. Weenie eventually gets it off to John Lee, and he's overwhelmed. Nick Vigil, who is Zach Vigil's younger brother, freshman from Plain City, Utah, helped make the play, no gain.
A lot of different fakes, a lot of different action right there. You have to be so disciplined playing against this offense, and Nick Vigil really doing a nice job making a play on the line of scrimmage. Look at the action, the fake toss. You have an option with a lead blocker, and Vigil is able to press the line of scrimmage and get the ball carrier on the ground.
Third down numbers, top of the screen. Dismal for Air Force so far. Third down, Awini heads upfield, will have a first down as he gets across the 35-yard line to the 36. Chains move for the Falcons in their first conversion. Awini lost the helmet there, so he will have to come out for a play.
And third downs before this one, this conversion 0 for 6. Last week, 10 for 13, and last year 48% on third down. This team has always been very good on that down and distance, but the Utah State defense able to put the clamps on them.
Officials timeout for injury.
And that's Awini.
Leo Awini, we saw the helmet pop off, will have to come out for one play. And Air Force could keep him in if they wanted to use a timeout. He got hit pretty hard there by Vigil.
He took a big shot.
Around. Yeah, Facker was involved too. So in comes Carson Roberts, sophomore from Houston. He had 8 snaps last week in that win over Colgate when the game was well in hand for the Falcons, but did not carry it, just handed it off. Handing off again here in the league. John Lee makes Thompson miss in the open field and lunges ahead. Nice pickup for John Lee. Got himself 4 yards to the 40-yard line. And Awini's right back in.
And you can see right away they went to a traditional I set in the backfield because of the ball handling that it takes to run this offense. And so now Awini able to get back on the field. We'll see a more traditional Air Force offensive attack.
Starter Cale Pearson was hurt late second quarter last week against Colgate. Awini finished the game. Screen pass is drops, incomplete. Carter's had a couple drops in this game, normally very sure-handed. Thompson on coverage there for Utah State.
And a huge drop outside. They had the numbers advantage. He could have easily caught the ball and ran for 4 or 5 yards. But these drops are absolutely killing the Air Force offense. They have the numbers outside. The coverage is soft. But again, another drop in this offense. They cannot afford to have 5 drops in the first half of the game.
Whistle, stop playing again.
Prior to the snap. False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Matt Rochelle, the sophomore from McDonough, Georgia, southeast of Atlanta. Guilty party there. 260-pound left tackle. As we addressed, of course, with Coach Calhoun in their meetings yesterday. In the trenches, players are not as big at the academies due to training. Basic training, they can lose up to 30 pounds before the season. Third down, Awini's going to air it out. Deep ball, a flag down, it's incomplete. Nevin Lawson on coverage, step for step with Gagliano. And we could have a PI call here, pass interference against Lawson, automatic first down for Air Force.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, there was absolutely no reason for Lawson to interfere on that pass. He had absolutely perfect body position and coverage, and you didn't get to see it on this replay, but just as the ball was coming down, he stuck his arm out, and he had a little arm bar, and that's where they had the pass interference. But that was completely unnecessary because the ball wasn't thrown where it needed to be, and his body position was outstanding.
Here's first down. Lacoste carries, and he's bottled up immediately. Good surge defensive front. Fackrell, All-American from last year. First ever freshman All-American in Utah State history. Outside linebacker number 9, he was something else. 87 tackles last year. Coaches tell us the most explosive player they've got on the defense. He's something. Second down. Play fake. Awini throws. And Carter lost it. on the ground, but he may have regained that loose change. And Air Force does recover the fumble. Tom MacArthur's had a very tough day hanging on to the football.
Well, it's a completed pass and a fumble recovered by the offense.
Well, I think the Air Force wide receivers are allergic to the football because not only are they dropping them, when they do get a chance to make the catch, they're fumbling.
Terrell Thompson caused that fumble. Boy, Tom MacArthur's had a rough one so far. You should not be allergic to the football, Arch. That's a bad thing if you play this forward. Third down. Quarterback draw play. Awini looks for some daylight. Knocked down hard. Progress looks good, though, inside the 40. To the 39, it will be a first down. Play made by Maurice Alexander, his third tackle of the first half. Gain of 5 and a Falcon first down.
Well, one thing you have to learn if you play quarterback in this offense, you got to get your pad level down. He runs about as upright and gives the defense about as big a target as you could possibly give. Nice stick by Alexander.
There's first down. Multiple option look. Awini keeps Dowdy from behind. First to get to Jaleel Awini. Senior from Draper, Utah, an emotional leader. The coaches tell us of the defense.
And the game didn't start very well with that fumble on the first play from scrimmage, but I think for the most part, his wide receivers have let him down. He's thrown the ball well, and in the run game, he's done a nice job too.
You're right, partner. This is a team that won 11 games last year, won the WAC, won a bowl game, second in school history. You can't have 5 drops and expect to win. These guys are good. Here's the pitch play. Inside the 30-yard line. Effective run for the Cost, stopped by Nevin Lawson. In pursuit from his right cornerback spot for the Aggies.
And here's the thing about the passing game. They throw it so rarely. But when they do, they normally go downfield with play action. Their top 3 wide receivers last year averaged 17 yards per catch. And so if you're going to use the passing game sparingly, you have to make it count. You can't drop the ball, and you have to be able to convert downfield.
2 for 2, third down conversions on this drive, third and short. Play fake. Awini airs it out. Incomplete in the end zone with a flag down. We might have another interference call. Garrett Griffin, the intended receiver. Lawson deep in coverage with him, step for step.
Well, I just can't believe the secondary.
Pass interference.
How many times?
Defense number 2, 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
They're going to let the tight ends and the wide receivers from the Falcons get behind them. I mean, virtually every time they throw the ball downfield, Awini has an option that's wide open. Now here on this drive, 2 pass interferences that have greatly affected Utah State's ability to stop this offense.
Lawson and Cameron Sanders on coverage. Sanders could have been either on the penalty. They both interfered with the tight end there, Garrett Griffin. But Sanders is called for the PI there. Automatic first down. Again for Air Force. So mistakes for Coach Wells' team. Hurting Utah State.
Well, it's a discipline thing. Not only with the pass interference and not playing your technique, but being lazy with your eyes and letting your man get behind you.
Here's first down. Broham Hart drags tacklers to the 11. He is powerful, 6', 220, junior from Alvarado, Texas, south of Fort Worth. Along with Lee, had the 100-plus yard effort last week. First duo to have more than 100 in the same game for Air Force since 2009.
And if you want to play tailback in this offense, they expect you to get around 1,500 yards, 28 carries per game.
Play fake again. Awini. Drop with a flag down, incomplete. Hendricks on the crossing route was all by himself. It's the 6th drop of this first half for Air Force, becoming a very unfortunate headline for the home team here. There is a flag down.
Well, I'm not sure what's more ridiculous, Rhino. The discipline by the Utah State secondary or the inability to catch the forward pass by the wide receiving core of the Falcons.
Before the pass is thrown, holding, defense number 6, half the distance to the goal, and an automatic. first down.
That's Rashard Stewart. Tay Glover Wright's backup cornerback at the left corner spot for Utah State. Another defensive penalty for the Aggies. You're right.
This is borderline absurd. I just don't. I don't know which is worse.
I guarantee you one thing: in film on Monday after the off day for these guys, it won't be good on either side. First down. Lee between the tackles, dives forward, close to the 2-yard line.
And if I was Air Force, I would run play action pass almost every single time. But the problem is it's going to be 2nd and 10 because your guy's going to drop the ball. So very strange the way this game is being played out, especially with the Air Force passing game.
Well, Troy Calhoun's team, 4 first downs in the run, 2 on the pass, and 5 by a penalty in this first down. That's amazing. Pitch fake. Away. Keeps. Cut back. Touchdown, Air Force! From 3 yards out for Jaleel Awini. It's his first career touchdown run at Air Force.
Will comment.
Well, a nice job. The naked bootleg. And Awini does a really good job carrying out the fake. Kyler Fackrell, the defensive end, outside linebacker on the left side, collapses down the line of scrimmage, doesn't see the quarterback, easy touchdown.
Conant's in, and he's got the PAT. It's the first touchdown of the day for Air Force. First career rushing score for Awini. And the 48 straight games we told you about, now to 49 with a rushing TD. It dates back to Navy, October 3rd, 2009. Touchdown, Air Force.
Brent Stover here in New York. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, we'll give you an update on the marquee matchup of the day. South Carolina travels between the hedges to take on Georgia. Number 2 Oregon flies into Charlottesville to take on Virginia. And if you're a Louisville fan, we've got good news and we've got bad news. It's all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Now back out to Dave Ryan and Adam Archuleta. Guys.
All right, Brent, thanks so much. How about Todd Gurley last week for Georgia? SEC Offensive Player of the Week, career high 174 yards. A great game with Clemson, what an atmosphere that was. South Carolina, of course, beat North Carolina in their opener. For the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. Not a bad scoring drive. Capped off by Awini's touchdown run from 3 yards out, aided by so many penalties for Utah State.
That was a bizarre scoring drive. Right? The penalties, the drop passes. But any way you draw it up, I think Troy Calhoun will take it.
Bubba Wright, 7 yards deep, will take an E, touchback.
Well, this is what a running game that keeps you off balance is able to do to you. The Utah State Aggies completely go with a fake right here, and there's absolutely nobody that is able to account for Jaleel Awini on the naked bootleg. The entire defense is faked out. Zach Vigil tries to read out of it, but by that time Awini is downhill, and you can't stop him.
So how will Utah State respond? Keep the offense back on the field. Match play to Hill. He drags tacklers across the 30, close to the 32. Give him 7 on the first down carry.
And Keaton, when they run the zone read series, the keep series, he puts the ball into Hill's breadbasket for a long time. I think he holds it, the fake, almost as long as any quarterback.
He carries 37 yards for Hill so far. Over center. Redirects Brandon Swindle. Throws to Swindle. Who makes the grab? Matz wraps him up, makes a good tackle in space from his cornerback spot, but it is enough for a first down. Another gain of 7 for Keaton and company.
The Falcons on the edge, their corners, they play extremely soft. And they haven't challenged the wide receivers for the Aggies yet today. And it's an easy throw and catch.
First down for Keaton. Fires, Reynolds climbs the ladder and can't bring it in. Incomplete. At the 40-yard line, Stephon Batts on coverage again defensively. The senior from Columbia, South Carolina.
That's a rare miss by Keaton. You watched the game last week against Utah. He was brilliant in throwing the seam route right by the hash marks. And Batts, their fastest player, pretty good coverage. And very rarely do you see Keaton throw the ball high.
Reynolds 2 catches last week, 29 yards in that loss to Utah. Pressure on second down. Keaton delivers, and Swindle goes up high and makes a nice grab in front of the Aggie bench. Saw Brandon yesterday, the team's walkthrough. Has that basketball player type build. Great athlete. And a really nice job in pass protection by Joe Hill. He absolutely cut the inside linebacker and allowed Keaton to have some time to complete that pass. Swindle 6'4", 198 pounds, the sophomore from Oklahoma City. Fans respond, third down. Four receivers and Hill, screen pass. Hill's got it and does have the first down. Gets to midfield. Gain of 4. That was too easy. Christoph George, who was responsible for Hill, was way too far off in coverage to be able to get him in a 3rd and short situation. He 66 yards passing and a touchdown over the middle for Reynolds. It is intercepted. Jamal Byrd makes a fantastic play for the Pit. It's his first career interception. Well, Keaton is absolutely fearless when he throws the ball inside the hash marks. But this ball was absolutely, this route was absolutely well covered. You had underneath coverage, which forced Keaton to lead his wide receiver too far in, and Jamal Byrd with just a outstanding diving interception. And I think, based on the looks we're getting, I think he got it. First interception of the year for Keaton. 12th career pick thrown by Chucky. First down. Barnes was by himself on the go route down the sideline. Utah State very late defensively again there as Maurice Alexander from his free safety spot. It's about 5 steps behind big Miles Barnes at 6'4", 220. And for a team that had no impact plays last week, no sacks, no fumbles, no interceptions, the defense is starting to show some playmaking ability today for the Falcons. Second down play, Rainey rung up hard. Paul Pucala had 3 tackles against Utah last week, the senior from Oakland, filling in for Connor Williams, as Evan told us about top of the broadcast. Top sack master for the Aggies last year, had 6 sacks, out with a foot injury. Not available today. It was a really nice job by Kyler Fackrell. He didn't make the play, but he made so much indecision from a weenie, and it allowed his teammates running down the line of scrimmage to make the play. Good job in playing the option as an outside linebacker. Here's third down. Owani passing, broken up. Tay Glover Wright came over and almost had himself a pick 6. Has the PBU pass broken up. That was almost a touchdown for Utah State. Incomplete, 4th down coming up. And this is all about film study for Glover Wright. Anytime the Falcons line up in this formation, they know they're going to run double outs, and he's the corner out there. He's sitting on it, waiting for a weenie to throw the ball. Nice break and nice trusting your film study to break up that pass and force the punt. Matson deep to receive the basket punt. David hit 303, 6 homers, 21 RBIs for the Air Force baseball team last year. And we've got flags and whistles. Going to be a false start and backup Air Force 5 more. 54 seconds left in the half, and Utah State's got 3 timeouts.
False start. Offense, number 3. All 11 players were never set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Chris Miller, guilty
Set
party.
the game clock to 55, 5-5.
One more second for the Aggies.
Thank you.
Matson's got some wheels and the potential to break one here. Nick Diaz got a career-long 53-yard field goal for Utah State. Not a good catch. Side of the foot of Basca, and it's going to be a short field here for Utah State with 49 seconds remaining in the opening half. Utah State, a good chance. Coming up. Absolutely spectacular setting here, Falcon Stadium. Nestled at the base of the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains here in Colorado Springs. 21-13 Utah State Air Force Mountain West opener for each year. What a way to start off the new era of the Mountain West. Utah State aboard. 49 seconds, a lot of timeouts here, all three remaining for the Aggies. Junkie, time, over the middle. Martino has it on a little crossing route. And a nice pickup there on first down. Joey gets out of bounds.
Well, there's absolutely no reason as a defense when you have a check down to the running back that's caught in the middle of the field to allow him to get out of bounds in a 2-minute situation. And 41 seconds for this offense and keeping a quarterback is nothing. It's easy for them to go down the field.
That's a lot of time, right? Get all three timeouts. Gain of 14 on first down. Keaton fires. Swindle intended receiver near the 20-yard line, incomplete. Chucky for the game now. 17 of 24, 179 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception. Verizon halftime report is coming your way next on CBS Sports Network. Brent Philbert, Houston Nutt, Bruce Feldman, our college football insider, will join you. Discuss the Miami win over Florida today. Interesting loss for Real Muschamp Gators. Pressure off the edge. Keaton throws. Swindle brings it in and tap dances down the sideline. Gets to the 25-yard line. Shy of the first down, but nice pickup of 6 there for Brandon Swindle.
And Utah State, time and time again, they've ran clear-out routes. Nobody in the flats. The flats have been extremely soft outside. That's an easy minimum 5 yards if you throw it to that guy every single time for Keaton. I think this defense has to challenge a little bit more.
Third down. Lots of time. Being chased. Reverses field again. Gets a huge block. Chucky Keaton misses a long play though. And he's short of the first down. Atwell sprints out to call the timeout with 17 seconds left. Nick Fitzgerald was chasing Chucky Keaton all over the field before he just ran out of gas and couldn't catch him.
Oh, Nick Fitzgerald, he's right here. And just watch him, keep your eyes on him the entire play. For defensive lineman, he's fighting, he has a chance. And oh my goodness, and just when you think he comes back, forces a fumble. That's a hustle play. Great job by Fitzgerald keeping it alive. If he's not there, Keaton is going to run for the first down. That's just great hustle.
Had 20 tackles last year, 4 for loss and a sack. The junior from Flower Mound, Texas, outside Dallas.
Oh, excuse me, Rhino. That was Alex Hansen. The 8 and the 9. It was a little confusing, kind of hard to see the numbers. That was Alex Hansen with the hustle play.
But give Nick credit too, just for trying to somehow catch Chucky Keaton. Not easy to do. So Diaz already 2 for 2. We told you about the fact he's got 50-plus range in his career. Air Force.
We'll take a timeout. It's called their second timeout of the half. This will also be a 30-second timeout.
Tonight's games third and fourth games, Arch, of the quadruple header on CBS Sports Network. First 4 ball game day and night for you. Colorado State, Tulsa. We saw the Rams head-to-head with Colorado in the Rocky Mountain Showdown last week, lost to their arch-rival Buffs. Our former CBS Sports Network colleague, Rich Rodriguez, now leads Arizona. They'll take on UNLV. Coach Houck's team coming off that loss to Minnesota. Arizona was 1-0 this year.
He did such a good job turning around that program in year 1 last season. They haven't had that much energy and excitement in Tucson for a long time.
Charles Lovett will return for Colorado State. That's big for the Rams from the Mountain West. Tulsa lost their opener. Diaz drills it from 41 inside the right upright. And he's perfect in this first half to extend the Aggie lead. Now, nice chat with Coach Wells yesterday. Adam, you, Evan, and I, after the Aggie walkthrough, seemed very relaxed after the intense hype that had to surround that Utah game in week 1. It's his first game as head coach, following Gary Anderson, who had a great run, 11-win school best en route to taking the Wisconsin job, and they lost a close one. He seemed a little more at ease this week.
Yeah, how's that for your opening game against your rival, a Pac-12 school, a team that you beat last year? And he did a pretty good job in that opening game. And so he does look relaxed. You can tell that the job isn't too big for him. He's enjoying being a head coach. A little different than being an offensive coordinator. A little bit more draining on him, a little bit more taxing. Now he has to be involved in every facet of the game, not just on the offensive side of the ball.
Jake Thompson kicks off, and that is well to the end zone for a touchback with 12 seconds to go in our first half. Such an impressive resume for Matt Wells. In his first season, from 94 to 96, was the quarterback at Utah State. 11th youngest coach in FBS. At 40 years old, turned 40 August 10th. He's the second ever Utah State alum to be named head coach, other than Chris Pella, who coached the Aggies between 83 and 85. A lot of pride for Matt Wells. Owini takes a knee, and that will end the first half today here from Colorado Springs. Arch, interesting, to say the least.
That's the only word I could use to describe the way the first half has gone.
Let's go back down to Evan.
Well, Coach, a fast start and then a number of penalties, and Air Force found some rhythm, but you go into the half with an 11-point lead. How would you evaluate the first 30 minutes?
Well, good and some bad on both sides. You know, I thought the defense had some good stops, and then couple penalties, extended drives, and we can't do that. Offensively, we hurt ourselves a couple times. But at the end of the day, it's all about us. It's what we do and how we do it. And so we focus on us, I think we'll be fine.
Is there anything Air Force is doing that you didn't expect? I know that discipline in dealing with the unique offense was a big key going into this game.
No, they're doing the same thing we thought. We got to play assignment football. We got to play a sound second half.
Thanks for the time.
Okay, thanks.
Evan, Coach Wells, thanks so much. He worked so closely with Chucky Keaton as offensive coordinator last year. Now he's the head coach. Verizon halftime report is coming your way next. End of one half of play. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network.